Hello and welcome to another episode of We Should Code. Today we're going to be discussing class versus objects. Okay, so we're going to jump right into it. The differences between the two. Okay, so seeing them together is easier to learn the differences than to try to learn them separately. um, this will provide you kind of a frame from which to approach the differences between a class and an object. Okay, so in a class, you have your typically is a blueprint or a template for objects. Okay, they typically describe an object's behavior. Okay, and they're often used to group similar objects together. Okay, typically they're only declared once. They do not allocate memory when they are created. They are declared using the class or a class keyword, which I'll show you in a moment. They're typically considered logical entities, okay? They can't be manipulated, and they don't have any values associated with the fields directly, okay? They do all that through objects, okay? An example of that would be a plane, okay, an airplane, okay? Um, and you have your objects. Objects are typically a member or an instance of a class. They have a state in which all the properties have values that you either define or are defined by default. They serve as real-world entities. They are created many times by using a class, okay? So that helps. Allocates memory when it is created as opposed to the class, okay? They are created through using a new keyword, which again we'll show in a second. They can be manipulated, okay, as they have value, data. They can be manipulated, okay? Objects, or every object, has its own value which are associated within the fields, and an example of this would be Boeing jet, F-35, more specific forms of airplane. Okay. Some of the uses of a class versus the uses of objects. The uses of class: you can use a class to organize information about the data. You can hold both member functions and data variables within the class, okay? And you can inherit the property of another class. So that's some of the uses there for a class. Some example of uses of objects are it enables the member functions and data members to perform tasks and can be used to manipulate data and values, okay? And so here's a visual representation of class versus objects. This is not indentationally correct, but I just used it as a good, strong visual here. So you have a declaration of your public class and class object. Here's your class function, okay, or class keyword, all right. And then you have Jets wants to teach you programming, indeed he does want to teach you programming. And then you have your declaration down here of your object with the new keyword, okay. So that's sort of how you can begin to separate them out for your interview or for your class subject, so you know the distinctions between the two. As always, please like and subscribe to our channel for more content. Jets always likes new friends, and you take care.